maybe we can meet up at the Capitol. Oh yeah, it is actually. What is it?
Floyd! gets mad when we kneel, when all we're doing is kneeling for justice. Kaepernick said it 4 years ago, they weren't listening. By the way, when Kaepernick said it, that wasn't new either, because this has been going on for over 400 years in this country. You have to listen up, everyone. Donald Trump hates when we kneel, even though all we're doing is kneeling for justice. We're not kneeling against individuals. We're kneeling for justice. And look around you, everyone look around you. It's people of all ethnicities, races, colors that's kneeling together in solidarity. Look at this picture on you. Go ahead, turn around, everyone look around. Look at how beautiful this picture is. We have mothers in this crowd. They were just with me. I'm looking for them right now. Could the mothers of Hardell, Cheryl, and Jefford Smith please come to the front? Any mother that son was brutalized or killed, or jailed innocently and still in jail or was in jail, please come out to the front. I see them. Mother of Jefford Smith, please come out to the front as well. I made this chant after hearing their stories, just constantly hearing it. So please, everyone, let me hear this loud with me, okay? Let her hear your voices. Hey, black mamas, don't you cry! Hey, black mamas, don't you cry! Our hearts for you will never die! Our hearts for you will never die! Hey, black mamas, you will see! Hey, black mamas, you will see! Black lives one day will be free! Black lives one day will be free! And to my native mothers out there, native mamas, don't you cry! Native mamas, don't you cry! Our hearts for you will never die! Our hearts for you will never die! Native mamas, you will see! Native mamas, you will see! Native lives one day will be free! Native lives one day will be free! Hey, black mama, don't you cry! Hey, black mama, don't you cry! Your kids' voices rise to the sky! Your kids' voices rise to the sky! Hey, black mama, you will see! Hey, black mama, you will see! Black lives one day, and I promise it, will be free! Black lives one day, I promise it, will be free! If you see the sister crying doesn't affect you emotionally, you need to check yourself. Like, seriously, check yourself. Okay? Check yourself. You should not care about the color you see. Sometimes, and I mean this, I grew up in inner city Chicago. I was only 14 years old when I knew I wanted to be an activist. I read the book of Malcolm X and I said, I want to be an activist. I wish that I was a different color. I wish I was green just so, because I'm just so sick and tired of seeing the justices they serve. I wish I was different and I could just suffer some of that because I'm just so sick. Why do we care about the color of someone's skin? Why do some people get upset if they hear someone speak a different language? And what really kills me is when it's from the conservative, the conservative party that does it. How do you go to church on Sunday and during the week? How do you go to church on Sunday and during the week you're hating on people for speaking a different language or for looking different? I mean, let that sink in. Okay, I myself am Muslim. How do you say you believe in God, yet the way you believe is you're saying God made a mistake by making people of color or speaking a different language? Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, okay, I cannot refer to his name unless I say peace be upon him. That's why he's a Muslim. He himself never spoke English. He spoke Aramaic, Hebrew, and the only sister language of those languages back in the time was Arabic. So how do you hate on different different languages, if God wanted English to be the major language, are you claiming that God who made the heavens and earth made a mistake and chose a different language? Why don't you just respect and love one another? God made people of different colors. He made everyone look different. He said, love one another. He didn't say hate on people who look different than you. Don't go to church on Sunday and then hate on people during the week. That doesn't make any sense. I don't care what if you see someone serving an injustice, get your ass on the street and stand with them. I'm going to say it again. This is the part where people don't like hearing this. Even my own community. You really care about standing up and making a difference? Then remember that. So when the NFL comes back, don't go to a football game. Watch that shit at home. Stand for Kaepernick. Realize it. Oh, the commissioner of football realizes we made a mistake. So it's rocket science to see that Kaepernick simply kneeled for solidarity. He specifically said it wasn't about the fact. He even said it. Now Roger Goodell, you know why? Because he's starting to think, we're about to start football season. A lot of these people might not come to our games. If you really care, you would boycott. You would boycott the NFL. Don't go to the game. When they start letting players peacefully protest and justice going around, don't go to a game. When the Christmas time comes, buy from your communities. Don't go to the Mall of America. F Mall of America. Don't go there. That's how we make a difference. We make a change. When I see injustice happen in the African American community, I told my family, we're not going to the Mall of America. We're not going to any football game. Stay at home. Stand together. You don't need to be black to stand black people or native to stand native lives. You just need to be human. Look in the mirror. You see human first, or you see black or white or Asian or Arab or Latino. If you don't see human first, then you're not part of humanity. We all bleed the same color. Her heart and my heart, same thing. One heartbeat. Any family member, if you're worried about any family member or friend, before you hit that little button called send on your social media post, if you're worried about what they're going to say, then you don't know what this movement's about. Hit that button send and don't worry about that. They can leave. They can leave. What's wrong with saying stand up for one another? What's wrong with saying we should love one another? What's wrong with saying we should respect one another? What is so wrong with simply saying Black Lives Matter? No one ever said only Black Lives Matter. They simply said we also matter. That's all they're saying. Well, I want to hear all of us say this loud together. When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives matter. Let me hear you louder. When I say Black Lives, you say matter. Black Lives 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 matter. Keep your fist pump in the air. Hold on, sister want to speak. Everyone, pray for the sister, please.
Excuse me.
My dad is a victim of not only police brutality, but systematic oppression and racism. And he was recently incarcerated for a technical violation. He was given 98 months for a non-violent crime. And that was the lowest sentence because my sister and I wrote a letter begging the judge to not take our father. I fear every day for his life, for my mother's life, for any encounter that my Black family has with a police officer. Because I know that they are trigger happy and will just shoot at any given moment. You make one wrong move and it's over. at the hands of a police officer that is supposed to be protecting us. They're supposed to protect us, and you're killing us. There's no reason that young people are losing their lives. For what? For abiding by the law? For being black? There's no reason that I should be praying to God every night that my family is not run into an evil police officer that will take their life. That's ridiculous. There's no reason that little black children should have to mature faster than their peers because we are going to run into racism. We are going to be discriminated against. We are going to face racial profiling. It's ridiculous. It's a shame that I have to tell my 6 and 4-year-old nephews to be careful with what they touch in stores because they're going to say that you're stealing and might call cops at any given moment. It's ridiculous. We're people. This has to stop. This has to stop. And you need to hear us. There is no reason why we should still be fighting for something that my ancestors already fought for. This is ridiculous. It is 2020. Let it go. Love one another. The hate is unnecessary.
So I said, it's easy to think police aren't the enemy when you're not being actively oppressed in such ways. You're right, the police aren't the enemy for you in this scenario. But to our people, it's a problem. It's a crime to live evidently in our country, to be our race. It disgusts me and fills me with anger to see someone speak so blindly on an extensive problem that they simply aren't confronted with. Friend or not, that was wrong, and I'm not going to just sit here. As has the people experienced life-threatening hardships and detrimental events under the hands of our judicial authorities daily. Vandalism so also she said vandalism, the whole vandalism thing was wrong, but that's a whole other matter. She said vandalism doesn't sicken me. It's not the reasoning behind our country's state of matters. It's the result of individuals driving for power and actions driven with hateful intentions. So, it just shows you that everyone has different intentions, and I might have lost the friendship that I've had for a while.
You made a bunch more names.
And it's hard when I'm surrounded by people who don't like me. I've grown up with a family of color who group of black men who she said, I was like, what did they do? And she said, nothing. And so then the police was like, yeah, why are you calling me? And she was like, I don't know, they just look suspicious. And I was like, so they can't even stand anymore? Like, they weren't even doing anything, talking and standing around. And it just sickens me that we have to live in this country, like my sister said, that was built to be better. Our rights should protect us. George Floyd wasn't treated how he should have been. And they have too much power. They should be able to do this. And when people sit here and say police officers can just, they're right and we need to work to protect them. And they matter so much, but they don't protect us. They're our authorities. And they're not with us. They're not with us. They're not behind us. And when our own president is behind them and they're not behind us, it shows you our president isn't even with us. So.
You got your back.
Thank you all for coming. My heart is with every single one of you that actually showed up and just worked to make a change. And everyone that's being harmed, this just sickens me. This just shows you. We have an amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. What do you call that? A police. That doesn't show me justice. We ran away from that a long time ago. I thought we fixed that. That isn't justice, and that's disgusting. It's irrational. No action resulted in that. No, that's not justifiable, and that's what we need to work to contradict. I don't understand why we're still going through this, but if this is what it takes, then we're going to continue, and I'm going to continue to show up and talk and speak for you guys and everyone else who is suffering.
Continue, but please, just give your patience for the sister right here.
How y'all doing out here? All right, I want you to know you look beautiful and you look strong and you've heard a lot today already, so I'm not going to say a lot. But I want to take us back all throughout the day. A lot of people, we started kneeling here by saying Donald Trump hates it when you kneel. He doesn't mind when that pig kneeled on George Floyd's neck. That's not the kneeling he was talking about. He was talking about Kaepernick. He was talking about standing up for Black lives. He was talking about standing up against white supremacy. And that man in the White House is a stone-cold white supremacist. Politics spoke before about how Trump threw down a gauntlet, threatened to bring out the military, to put Antifa and others in prison for 10 years. We must not allow that. That is an attack on everybody who stood up. Am I right? All across the world last year, people went into the streets and they drove out hated regimes. They did it through the power of the people. In 15 days, they drove out the governor of Puerto Rico. Yeah. They went in the streets and drove out the dictator in Lebanon. We have seen our power in the streets here. We have rocked the rulers on their heels. And now they are getting ready to come down on people to bring the hammer. And we must not allow that. In fact, as Carl said before, we have to pick up that gauntlet and throw it back in their faces and up the ante from our end. We have to stay in the streets until police murder of Black people is no more. Am I right? We must add to this the demand that fascist in the White House and his whole white supremacist regime be driven from power. Am I
know if this is gonna work.
Trumpets out now! 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 No drugs! No peace! Don't make no sense! Don't make no sense!
Was taken into custody in August of 2018. He went in heavily considering that he was going to be able to jail. He suffered 6 more minutes in the County Jail system.
Is guilty as hell! The big settlers killer cops to jail! The whole damn system is guilty as hell!
Mama, they think I'm lying. They think that I'm faking it. And I said, oh my God, my baby was crying out to me. But of course I was helping.
Till we win!
And I asked him what he say about my son.
Till we
My son
win!
is calling me crying.
Till we win!
Grown man, he had a very high tolerance for pain. So I knew something was serious. Well, they tried to say that my son was the problem, which wasn't the case. But at any rate, to bring it up to speed, my son died of what they call Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is treatable. But they neglected him medically and they abused him. He, on the day when he was in jail, he fell out of his bunk and he called me telling me, Mama, I'm in so much pain, I feel like I could just roll over and die. Because they weren't helping him. They weren't treating his needs, his medical needs, they weren't doing anything. And of course, 9 days later, my son left in Depends, 27-year-old. He looked like he'd had a stroke. His blood pressure was up. He had no control of his body, bowel movement, any of that. And they left my baby to die on a cold jail cell floor. Now I gotta tell you, Beltrami County Jail needs to be shut down. Why? Because my son's case is not an isolated case. There were a couple of people that died before my son. Tony May and Miss Bunker, Stephanie Bunker, under suspicious circumstances. Well, then we found out that after my son died, there were 1 or 2 other people that died after. Because my son died September 2nd of 2018. So we've been fighting, my lawyer, my team, we've been fighting. But you know, we're up against the jail, the county jail, MEND, who is a medical, they are contracted to go in and provide medical services. So we want to take their license away. We want to also sue, we are going to sue the hospital where my son was taken, and that's Sanford, because he should have never been released. So we're up against, of course, the correctional facility, correctional officers, excuse me, and the jail administrator, Calandra. She's still there now. And if she's hearing me, if she hears me say what I'm saying right now, I just want you guys to know we're coming to Bemidji. A group of us are going to go to Bemidji, and we're going to walk, we're going to rally, well, we're going to do a peaceful, but we're coming to let you know that we mean business. Because what we're looking for now are criminal charges to be pressed against each and every one of them that were directly involved in taking my son's life.
Shut it down! Shut it down!
We want you to slow the pace.
Stop.
That's slow.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Thank you.
But they didn't want to take care of my son's But this has been mounting up. The pressure has been mounting up. It's like a pressure punch, you know? And if it's so long, it just pops because the pressure is so much. That's what you see. Now, who is the commissioner of the Department of Corrections? And I told him, you know, this is going to continue until we get justice. And what the justice is like to me, till we win. Till we win. Till we win. Till we win. But that's till we win. Till we win. Till we win. Till we win.
How long?
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 Till we win. Here's what it is that we have to say.
My brother Bill, going to another protest right now. I myself am going to another event later. It's at 6:30 p.m. at the Como Avenue, okay? It's organized by a brother on Facebook. It's Minister Padron, and we gotta keep doing this, guys. We gotta keep doing this. No excuses. I gotta back and do what I need. You gotta keep getting on the street. You gotta stand up for justice. No excuses whatsoever. No excuses, okay? You must keep standing up for justice. Aren't you sick of it? Aren't you sick of the fact? 2020 and we're still protesting the same shit. I mean, aren't you sick of this? Yeah. And don't you know that the only way this is going to change is if more people come on the street? The only way this is going to happen, and people need to hear it, is when more people, especially more white people, finally say enough's enough and stand on the streets. That's the only way it's going to make it happen. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep coming up for my African American brothers and sisters. I got your back. I got your back. So I'm asking you, you got my back? You got my back? You got my brother's back? You got my sister's back? Keep coming out, guys. Don't ever be embarrassed or shy to put a post on social media that says Black Lives Matter. Our African American brothers and sisters never said only Black Lives Matter. They simply are saying they matter too. Keep coming out of the street. We're not going to stop until we finally stop seeing unarmed African American brothers and sisters killed in broad daylight in front of our own eyes. That's when we're going to stop. I don't care if it's 500 years from now. We are not going to stop. We're going to chant this because some people behind us, people who hold this
Montgomery County Jail, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
So
We're coming for them. We're looking for criminal charges to be pressed against each and every one of them that were directly involved in my son's case. Now, you see that orange? You see that orange?
no new crime,
We
no
got
new
to
time, let our people
for
go.
those that are involved. Because this cannot continue. It's not just about the MPD and the Safe Park. That needs to change. And I would say this to the legislature. I would say this to the I'll tell you, I'll give you an earful because I got some information. But until you invite us to the table, as hurting mothers, you will not be at peace because no justice,
Why keep filling up the prisons till they overflow? Stop the prison pipeline, stop the new Jim Crow. No new crime, no new time, let our people go.
yes!
Never comes out to address his own people.
All the governor free demand for the governor wants us to free our people. Free our people from prison, free everyone in non-technical violation, free everyone who's medically fragile and needs to be released so they don't die in prison, free everyone who qualifies for work release, free all ICE detainees. The governor could do that today if he wanted. Second, justice for George Floyd. To investigate all the unsolved cases of police murder in the state since 2000. That's 400 cases. And then lastly, we know these systems were not designed to keep us safe, and they're not going to. So we need to take the power out of these systems by taking our money, which they take from us, and they use to kill us and abuse us and put us in cages. So we need to divest from police, we need to divest from prisons, we need to make actual alternatives for safety in our communities, we need self-determination, we need freedom, and we need justice.
Yes, sir.
Well, these demands are on this note, so if you have it, you have it. If you have that song, you can sing Jingle Bells on your way home. Also, if you need to get in touch with us, it's on the back of this thing here. Also, if for some reason some of your friends get arrested and need a bail fund, that's on there as well, or legal contact. So, thank you so much for coming. We are now wrapping up.
Who are you with?
David.
Pardon?
David.
Who are you with? You were interviewing that woman earlier?
All right, y'all. My name is Sansara Taylor. I traveled here from Los Angeles. I originally was born right here in Minneapolis, nearby in Minneapolis. There's nothing I would be more moved to come back here for than to stand up against that outrageous, harrowing, unbelievably heartbreaking lynching that we all witnessed. This cannot continue. I came here also, though, because like so many people across this country, and frankly now around the world, I was inspired. I was heart-filled with hope because people here stood up. And I want to say there's a lot of times, from the deepest part of my heart, there's a lot of times, most people, when you live through historic pivot points, it's just every day for you. You wake up, you go to work, you go, not to work, I know. You wake up, you go to the protest, you got to feed your kids, you got to do what you got to do. We are living, we have to appreciate, we are living through a historic inflection point. Not just in the city of Minneapolis and St. Paul, not just in the state of Minnesota, and not even just in the United States, but honestly for the world, even before COVID, even before George Floyd, even before, we all know, and we're here, partly why things exploded the way they do is we've seen murder after murder by police of black men, Native people, black women, Latinos. We've seen this. Eric Garner said the exact same words as George Floyd in Staten Island 6 years ago. So this already was pre-existing. Okay, these were the pre-existing conditions in America. White supremacy, police murder, all of this. But I'm going to tell you, also pre-existing this recent upsurge was the emergence of a fascist regime. Now, before we ask you to chant Trump Pence out now, this was not inserting something unconnected. I just want to explain it a little further. This is the dead hand of the Confederacy coming back in the White House. And they are deadly serious about exacting revenge and not just hoping this dies down. Not just hoping people settle back in like they've done before. But if this dies down and those fascists are still in power, they are going to break our knees, they are going to break backs, they are going to crush people's hopes, and it will be very hard. It is much harder to come back after a defeat when people stood up. I was part of Occupy Wall Street. I'm not taking credit, but I was down there. When they brought out heavy repression across the country, people said it was too big to fail. That was not true. It was repressed, and that movement dissipated. We are at a juncture. When they threaten their repression, if we take a step back, it won't go back to the way it was. This will be revenge. And it will be a world of hurt, not just for black people in this country, though it will. Not just for prisoners, though it will. But for the people of the world, because you have a fascist, demented bully with his finger on the nuclear trigger. He is ripping up and shredding environmental protections. You guys know this. He is the motherfucking pussy grabber in chief who has sanctioned violence against women. Streets. We have a taste. We have rocked the world. We have put them on the defensive. We have to carry this forward, and I really mean it. We have to get organized with each other. Every organization. This is not my thing. It's not your thing. It is for the future of humanity. We have to take this energy and drive this fascist regime out. So I want to ask you to put your fist up, and I want to ask you to make a pledge to the people of the world together with me. And we're going to start by repeating the name of George Floyd that brought us here. But I'm going to take it to the people of the world, and let's seal this in our heart and carry this forward and surmount every obstacle to do this for humanity. George Floyd, say his name.
George Floyd, say his name.
We say no more.
We say no more.
We say no more.
We say no more.
In the name of humanity.
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 We refuse to accept.
We refuse to accept.
We refuse to accept.
We refuse to accept.
A fascist America.
A fascist America.
Trump Pence out now.
Trump Pence out now.
Trump Pence out now.
Trump Pence out now.
Thank you, sisters and brothers.
Hello, my name is Rakia, and I'm a student at UND. And I know that every time there's a black man or woman killed, a lot of times they come out with some expose about how this person deserved to be killed. And I'm not going to say that every person that has been arrested or that was supposed to be arrested was going to be innocent. But I am saying they should have made it to their court date to defend themselves. And that is the problem. Our recent time that says only an angry black woman, but neglect to ask why. A lot of people try to deny us that emotion. A lot of people try to say black women are so angry. Well, ask us why the hell we're angry. Ask us that question. When you ask us something, we answer. I know a lot of people come as allies, and that is an amazing thing to do. And I know that some people try to say I don't talk about politics. Well, it's about all of it for us. Black people don't, that is part of privilege. Black people don't get to say it's not about politics, because it is, because that affects our lives. So if you have friends, or you have people that are supposed to be your friends, and they're talking about our lives as if they don't matter, then you should speak out, because that is something we don't get to clock out of. Constantly, I have to always prove myself, and I'm not going to keep doing that, because I am human. That's all that matters. And so when it comes down to it, and people say, well, he did this or she did that, it doesn't fucking matter, because those cops weren't handed a file that said, this is what George Floyd did, or this is what fill in the blank name did. They didn't know that. They did it because they were black, and that's all that matters. And after you stop protesting, you have to keep going. This is a lifestyle that black people live. You have to keep going out there. If you see somebody say something, say something. Reply back to that. That person did not deserve that, because we don't deserve that. And that's all I'm saying. Just, this is not it. It's great that you're all protesting, but you need to keep doing this. We won't stop. It's full sin at this point. Okay? Thank you.
I'm going to make it quick. If you've been through police brutality, you're traumatized, and you know why they have so much power? It's because of our Constitution. They have to have an amendment. We need to pressure lawmakers to have an amendment to the Constitution to protect people of color everywhere on earth. It's their job. We send them there to do their job. Protect human beings. Make it true that all humans are equal. Thank you. No justice? No peace. No justice? No peace. No justice? No peace. No justice? No peace. Say his name. George Floyd. 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 Thank you. Please get to know each other and let us stay in unison with the message. Let's keep coming until we win.